Premiering at the Sundance Film Festival in 2015, Tangerine is a film that garnered great attention over the fact that it was entirely shot on an iPhone 5S. The film follows Cindy and Alexandria, two transgender sex workers in Hollywood, on Christmas Day, and while the film is entertaining and evocative in its own right, its cinematography is definitely no gimmick. Director Sean Baker and co-DOP Radium Chung pushed the limits of the iPhone to its best cinematic potential, using an anamorphic lens and a Steadicam attachment to achieve a cinematic look while still retaining the lightweight maneuverability and inconspicuousness of a mobile phone. The cinematography of Tangerine combines social realism with electrifying visuals to make for an energetic street-level film and a cinematic style that critics have defined as pop verite. Speaking on the energy of its style, Tangerine is a film that is constantly on the move. From the moment Cindy finds out she's been cheated on, she's on a mission to find Dinah, the girl that got with her man. Angry, driven, and fresh out of prison, Cindy is unstoppable. One of the biggest advantages Baker found when filming with the iPhone is the mobility of the camera, and it's easy to see that this mobility was not wasted. Baker flies around and along with the main characters, giving a push to every movement the characters make, and giving the audience the same amount of energy that the girls are exuding. Looking to one of the first scenes, Cindy seems to propel herself through the streets with shots like this, where the camera moves in her direction, in the opposite direction, and flies right past her. Even once she has found Dinah, the energy doesn't stop. Fighting with her and dragging her through the streets, Baker's camera continues to fly in every direction, infusing each shot with the energy, tension, and chaos of the moment. When it's not upping the dynamic impact of the characters, Tangerine slips into an intimate and observational shooting style. Aiming to capture the real and gritty, Baker was able to use the inconspicuousness and maneuverability of the iPhone to film moments in small spaces and follow the characters through crowded public areas without arousing attention. Describing his films as having an urban and social realist feeling to them, Baker seeks to bring the viewer up close and into the scene. This is a film that seeks to reveal the less glamorous reality of LA, and by shooting it in an almost documentarian style, the audience is able to gain an understanding of this reality. Looking briefly to the brothel scene, Cindy barges her way into a tiny brothel to find Dinah. While she pushes her way into every room, the camera jumps and swerves about the room, getting into every nook and cranny and showing us just how dingy and cramped this location is, and all the while without distracting or confusing the audience. However, Tangerine doesn't simply deliver on only the real and gritty, but also on the verve and vibrance. Being the cherry on the cake of Tangerine's pop verite style, the colour and lighting of the film externalizes the electric personalities of its many colourful characters. If it hasn't become apparent already, almost every shot in Tangerine is filled with colour. With most of the exteriors having been shot around magic hour and at a variety of colourful locations, it's no wonder the film feels as though it's pulsing with life. And if that wasn't enough already, Baker kicks it up a notch in the grade, stating that while he normally drains the colour to add to the reality, these women were just so colourful that he couldn't help but go the other way and pump up the saturation instead. It is through this use of colour and lighting that the emotions and intensity of the characters are elevated while still remaining grounded in reality. Tangerine's pop verite cinematography is a perfect translation of its story world and its characters into the cinematic medium. While we as an audience are situated in the gritty landscape of LA, we're following the story of two vivacious characters. Baker's use of pop verite paints this world through the eyes of his characters and makes Tangerine the saturated and fun yet touching and realist film that it is.